Fuck you, Oren Peli. It is May the 25th, Friday, 2012. Just felt that had to be the first words out of my mouth when I started this video, because I went to see the Chernobyl Diaries tonight, and after being tricked into watching some of the Paranormal Activity movies, I've been trying to give you a chance. Oren Peli, but every time I do, you let me down. It's like you don't know how to create a palpable sense of tension that carries throughout the entire movie. And you know how you can do that? Possibly? Well, first of all, you use the cliche cat scares. Like, oh, the camera's panning around. Is somebody going to be standing behind them? I wonder. Oh, our focus is over here. Could something suddenly happen behind them? Oh, the spot where we expected something to jump out at us, it didn't happen. And a second later, as soon as we think everything's safe, gee, I wonder if something is going to happen. Gee, they delayed the scare so that, oh, we think it's here, but it's really like 5 seconds later. That would definitely, And, maybe don't, when you get in these tension-filled moments, maybe sticking with them a little bit longer. If something's happening to the characters, maybe make that a situation they can't escape from, perhaps. Oh, suddenly it's daytime, that's over. I mean, every time. It's just like with Paranormal Activity. They did a lot of talk during the day, and then at night, a door would, creak open all of a sudden. It's like, oh my god, the door creaked open. You create this world where, and I'll admit, it's a good, I don't know for sure, I assume maybe looking at the sets, maybe they did actually film in Chernobyl. I don't really know, I haven't looked that up. But I mean, it's an interesting world with interesting characters that I'm interested in, but then it's just like, there's a lot of reactionary action going on, which leads us to think something's going on when nothing really is. It's just people like, oh, where'd you go? Oh my god, are you in here? Oh, what's going on? What's going on? It's just, I left so bored and just so pissed that I'd been tricked by you again. I went into it thinking it's an Oren Peli movie. I don't know, but, it looked good. I was willing to give you another chance, and it failed me. Once again. Just nothing. I mean, there's moments. There was one moment that I jumped, but most of the time it was just like, it was so obvious. It was so obvious what was going to happen and when it was going to happen. A spoiler alert right here, and it's not really giving anything away because I don't go into detail. The first person you think is going to die is the one that dies. So, I mean, think about going into this movie and, Who would it make the most logical sense for them to kill off first is exactly what happens. Okay, end spoiler alert. You're safe. You can come back now if you tuned out for the spoiler alert. And, I didn't even give anything away. But that is just like, oh my god. Like, going into it, I'm just like, yep, that's the first thing that's going to happen. And that was the first thing that happened. It's just like, oh my god. And then it's just like a bunch of, there was a little something that happened, and then it was daytime again. The characters were suddenly out of danger like that. Like that, Oren Peli. That's what you do, like that. You're done with it. No, don't do that. Give me that palpable sense of tension that I want out of my horror movie, because I feel like the characters that I've become invested in and that I am interested in, it's not like I really hated the characters. One of them turned out to be Jesse McCartney. He was like a singer, right? Like, I kept looking at him and I'm like, I know that guy. Where do I know that guy from? So, but yeah, I noticed in the credits Jesse McCartney, because he has like this weird face. It's like, he has a face here and then like his lower jaw is like pushed in. It's weird. It's like, I can't even do the Jesse McCartney. Sorry. but it's just, oh my god, it was so frustrating because like every time something would happen, it's just like in fucking Paranormal Activity. You know, it becomes nighttime and something barely happens, and then suddenly it's daytime again, and everybody's talkity talk, 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 talk. Same old horror movie bullshit where they're like, oh, something's going on. Oh, no, I don't believe you. You're crazy. No, I'm not crazy. Something's going on. And then it would turn nighttime again, and something would barely happen, and then it'd be back to, you know, why don't you believe me? It's like, Oren Peli, Oren Peli, Oren Peli, I have to warn you, sir. You are teetering on the edge of falling into J.J. Abrams territory where I am done with you. And you better do something to make me grab you back. Because I thought about watching your show, The River. I really did. But after watching this movie, I'm having a moment where I have to take a break from you, and I can't do it right now. I cannot do it right now because after Paranormal Activity, and I will give you credit. Paranormal Activity 2. I like the creativity where they had security cameras set up in the house because then you could have stuff happen in the daytime too. You realized one of your faults from the first movie and you fixed it, and I appreciated that. It didn't really make the movie that much more interesting because there was still not a whole lot going on, but and it's just like, I mean, this is like a. And I understand the camera does the shaky movement or something, and a couple times that gets in the way. But because you can't really tell what's going on because it's dark and everything's like, you know, it's like dark, you know, like that. And like it's supposed to be like you're on the tour as well, you know. You know, like it's like the Blair Witch effect. You're supposed to be there in the movie with them, like you're a character. You know, like you're looking around, like, oh my God, what's going on? Like you're one of those, you know, like you're one of those people that's not a whole lot of anything is happening to, you know. And this, you know, like I said, the setting, I like this setting, and I mean, I'm a horror movie fan, okay? I mean, look at my shirt. You know, it's a little crossover between, like, I like horror movies, and I understand. I'm willing to suspend disbelief that maybe you have to go through some pretty obvious bullshit to set up the scenario so that we can get down to, you know, making this movie tense and exciting. And you get to that point, and you don't go anywhere. It's just like, oh, suddenly it's daytime. Oh, suddenly there's another hallway we can run down. You know, like, there's just, oh... So in conclusion, because I don't really feel that there's anything left for me to say, I'm not saying, Mr. Oren Peli, because I am apparently a glutton for punishment, I am not saying that I am done with you at this point. I'm just saying I am very close. I am very close. I may check out your show, The River, someday, but right now I feel like it, you know, there would be, you know, a taint to my viewing of it because I am so frustrated after this because everything was there. It should have been good. And I mean, you know, some people maybe who are more easily scared or more like, you know, I mean, you know, I guess that's part of it is, you know, with Paranormal Activity, you go with your friends, you know, the little bullshit happens and you kind of like, oh my God, look at that. And you latch onto them and you kind of giggle a little bit like, oh no, oh no. But, so maybe I'm just taking it too seriously. I mean, it wasn't really that kind of movie. It was supposed to be like a gritty, it seemed, because you're filming in Chernobyl. You're supposed to be filming in Chernobyl. It's supposed to be like gritty and dangerous and, you know, but, I'm saying all the right pieces were there. You just didn't play the right game for me. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait until your next movie. And if you don't impress me, then I might be done with you. I'm just warning. I'm just warning you. There's that ledge. You're teetering off the edge of it. Like I can see you going, and, you know, maybe you can bring me back. Because like I said, you did you did correct a problem in Paranormal Activity 2 that I appreciated. My cats are wondering what's making me so angry. They're like, calm down, it's okay, it's okay, it's over. You wasted, almost $10 on a... And, I mean, movie tickets elsewhere are more expensive, So it's like, it's $9.75 to go see a movie on a Friday night, isn't really that bad, compared to other places that it is, But it's like, I mean, I don't want to say it's an hour and a half of my life I won't get back. I actually had a friend, Cassidy, who asked me after I posted it on Facebook, and she was like, did you at least get your money back? And I'm like, well, no, it's not their fault. I was tricked again, I mean, I sat there I'm not one of those people that, I honestly, I thought about getting up and leaving at one point because I'm just like, this is the same bullshit. I honestly thought about I've never done that in a movie before. I have never done that in a movie before. And I got so close at one point. I'm just like, it's like, no, you paid your money for this. Just sit here. I mean, and I'm one of those people, like, if somebody, like, if I'm reading on Netflix or whatever their review and they say, I only watched 5 minutes of it and I turned it off, I don't really respect that person's opinion because they didn't put themselves through the entire experience. I've had movies that bored me until the very last 5 minutes. The Last Horror Movie, I think is what the name of it is. Thank you for knocking that over, Bright Eyes. Yeah, and the last 5 minutes, like, grabbed my attention and scared the hell out of me. So it's just like, I like to put myself through the entire experience just to make sure I'm giving it every, I'm giving it its due process, So I'm not going to cut and run just because I'm so frustrated. And I am. And I still am. And, I mean, like I said, this is just my opinion. I'm in the camp that, I didn't really like Paranormal Activity. Maybe if you liked Paranormal Activity, you might like Chernobyl Diaries as well. I'm just saying, not very much stuff happens quickly. And, I don't know. I wanted it to be so much better than it was. And that is the disappointment that you just all over my face, Oren Peli. So, I don't know. It's like an abusive relationship. I'm willing to come back at least one more time. I always say one more time. This will be the last. But, next time it may be. It just may be.